Hi, I'm Dave Lang from butchermagazine.com. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a pork adobo. So what I've done is I've taken the butt from a side of pork, taken the backbone out, and then I'm going to take out the blade bone. The butt is a really nice piece of meat. I think it's very undervalued, to be honest with you. Lots of people ask why it's called the butt, even though it's from the shoulder. It has actually nothing to do with where it is in the animal. The British Navy would bring pork and beef and store it in barrels. They could be away from port for 6 or more months. So a barrel was a particular size, a hogshead was twice the size of a barrel, and a butt was twice the size of a hogshead. So it was basically 4 barrels, and it was known as a butt, so the pork that was kept in it was known as the butt. It's a simple explanation, but everybody seems to have a problem with it. So that's all the bones out of the pork, and we're ready to take it apart to get our adobo ready. Here's a boneless skinned pork butt, and these are the cuts that you'll get from a pork butt. I'm going to take the loose skin and loose fat off the outside of this butt, just to tidy it all up. I'm going to cut some steaks off it. I'm going to use that for the adobo, and then the bigger piece I will do in another video. I'm going to roast that. I'm slicing the steaks here. I'm going to take off any excess fat or raggedy pieces to get them to a decent shape. And I'm deliberately using the toughest part of the butt, which is the neck steaks. I'm doing this deliberately to see how it will work out on the adobo. I know I've cooked them, but they do take long cooking, but I'd like to see how they actually work out in the adobo. But I'm hoping it'll work out. I think it will. A little sprinkle of salt and pepper on the neck steaks, and then we'll dice them into, I don't know, 1/2 inch cube. You can go bigger. I like it a little bit smaller. I think it works better. I think it cooks better as well. So get a head of garlic, which is whatever is on the head. It's 8 or 10 cloves. Mince them down fairly finely. Slice a decent sized onion and then slice through the slices. You're going to fry that with the garlic later on. Now you can assemble your ingredients. So you have the pork, you have the garlic, you have the onion, vinegar, soy, and you have sugar, you have chili, salt, pepper, black pepper, and you have bay leaves. So you get them all together. You've got all your ingredients ready. I'll leave that on for a few seconds for you to see it. So hold back the pork, the garlic and the onion, and then add the marinade ingredients into the pan. So that's your bay leaves, your sugar, the dark soy, the vinegar, and then you have the salt and the pepper, and I will put a small amount of chili flakes. Now this is optional. I liked it with a bit of fire, but a very, very small amount. Be careful. Add the diced pork to the marinade. Mix it well with your hands. Get it well covered, and then you should marinate it for an hour or longer, overnight if possible. I marinated for 2 hours. It seemed to work well, but they tell me if you go longer it's even better. So after your marinade is over, take the pork out and leave the marinade behind in the pan. Save the marinade in the bowl for later. Now you can fry your onions for about 4 or 5 minutes till they soften, till the oil starts to flow, and then you can add your garlic, and then take the onion and the garlic out of the pan and give the pan a bit of a clean before you fry the pork. Fry the pork for 4 or 5 minutes. Give it a good sear, get a little bit darkened and brown on the outside. You're not going to end up with a black product or a very dark product when you're finished here. Add the onion and the garlic into the pan with the pork. Add in the marinade and bring up the heat. You want to get your pan to a boil before you put anything in the oven. Now that it's boiling, put the lid on and put it into an oven that is preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 360 Fahrenheit and cook for about an hour. And I was very impressed. It was as tender as anything. I was actually surprised because, as I said, I used the toughest part of the pork foot. It was very impressive. Serve it with rice or mashed potato and enjoy.